Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back my YouTube channel. Is Melfira Sarki. Here I want to tell you about an unforgettable experience. And happy watching and listening. Yeah. This year's was the darkest years of our family, especially for me, starting from only 4 days left for the national exam, but was closed due to COVID-19. The second one had to find it difficult to find a university to study. The hardest thing was my father tested positive for COVID-19. The story starts from the last month of August. My father went to Batam for work. In his activities, there were about 13 representatives from all over Indonesia. Early September, my father returned home. Father arrived home at night in the morning. My father immediately took a swab test at the nearest health center. My father felt that his body had no symptoms at all and was healthy. After 9 days, my father test result come out and started that my father was positive for COVID-19. My world feel like the tears could not come out because of shock. My mother immediately crying because she realized this bad news. My father immediately went to the room to get important files that will be taken to the hospital. Batu Sangkar father was tested for blood sugar, blood pressure, and X-ray. After all the blood sugar tests and my father's blood pressure was stable, but the X-ray results were stable. The hospital did not want to show the X-ray on the pretext that my father was diabetic and hypertensive, had to be referred to M. Jamil Padang Hospital. Broke clothes and other necessities. Mother and sister took my father's need to the hospital, which was handed over to the hospital security guard. We were immediately quarantined at home. On Monday, we underwent a swab test of 7 people who contacted my father. Before quarantine, mother and sister had brought medicine, vitamins, and food from home. As long as we were quarantined, maybe the hardest stress of my life. Every day crying, empathy goes down the road, feel empathy. It turned out that the result of our swab test, which 7 people quickly come out in about 5 days, and 7 of us test negative for COVID-19. There we all bowed in gratitude and hug while crying. I immediately called my father, and my father immediately crying because he felt guilty. not only the pressure from within but from the environment where I live. My neck burned and all the village orchestrated us. Even then, there was not a single face shield in the front of the house. We and own family were very depressed at that time. Our spirit was not there. Even my mother lost a lot of weight. Their friend Sana and tested. We promise if we are all negative COVID-19, we will donate it to the mosque and underprivileged sibling. The more days I become lazy to leave the house and still had people who stay away from it. On September 30, my sister graduated online, but Father Noven was replied by me. My father very guilty, but my sister thought that she was okay. After 14 days of maintaining care in the field and 3 swab tests, my father was declared cured of COVID-19. That day, the father could go straight home. In fact, the family had to pick him up. That 4 in the afternoon, he left home until the arrived at 8 o'clock. When he got there, he had to take care for the letter tonight. I took a lot of life lessons for this incident, like what family means. Having to be able to live the test of life painfully and sincerely, and knowing who are good people and bad people, and the way people think from the level of education is important. Can I forget in my life? Just take the positive side. And thank you watching my video, and I apologize for my mistake, and see you to next video, and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.